Every single morning after 60, something is happening inside your eyes that nobody is warning you about. Not slowly, not gradually, rapidly. And by the time you notice the blurring when you first wake up, or the halos spreading around headlights when you're driving at night, or that foggy film you blink, and it just never fully clears by the time any of that starts. The damage has already been quietly building for 20, maybe 30 years. Here's what makes this so frustrating. The proteins inside your eye lens, the ones keeping everything clear, the ones responsible for focusing light so you can read a menu, recognize a face, drive with confidence, those proteins were made before you were born. Your body formed them in the womb and never made them again. They have to last your entire life. And every single year after 60, they take more hits. They clump. They stick together. They slowly turn the clear window of your lens into something cloudy, something scattered, something that blurs the world around you in ways you've started to accept as just getting older. But here's what I need you to hear today. That is not inevitable. What looks like aging is actually something else entirely, and once I show you what's really happening inside your lens, you are going to understand exactly why 6 specific seeds that are sitting in grocery stores right now, can directly feed the protective system your eyes are desperately starving for. I've ranked all 6 from least effective to most powerful, so you know exactly where your effort belongs. And before we get there, I need to warn you about seed number 3 right now. The way most people are eating it, their body is absorbing almost nothing from it. 0. We are going to fix that today. And the number 1 seed on this list, it starts working inside your eye tissue within 24 hours of your first serving. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to have an exact daily protocol that costs less than $1 a day and is backed by research most doctors have never taken the time to share with you. I'm Dr. Sarah Ellison, and I've spent over a decade as a practicing physician helping patients over 60 understand that vision loss is not something you simply have to accept. Through nutritional medicine and years of reviewing research that rarely makes it into a standard eye appointment, I've come to believe something deeply. Most people losing their vision after 60 are not losing it because of age. They are losing it because of what they are and are not eating. And that is something we can actually do something about. Today, I'm going to show you 6 specific seeds, ranked from least to most powerful, each one containing compounds your eye lenses. Starving for. But first, I need you to understand what's actually happening inside your eyes, because once this clicks, everything else is going to make perfect sense. Here's the thing about your eye lens that almost nobody explains to you, not even at your annual eye exam. Your lens has no blood supply, not low blood supply, none. It is completely cut off from your circulatory system. No fresh oxygen being delivered. No repair crew, no replacement parts being shipped in. Your lens is entirely on its own, running on its own internal chemistry for your entire life. The compound running that chemistry is called glutathione. And in a young, healthy lens, glutathione is everywhere, some of the highest concentrations found anywhere in the human body. As long as glutathione stays high, your lens proteins stay clean. They stay separated. They stay clear. Light passes straight through, and everything looks sharp. But here's what research has confirmed, and what almost nobody is talking about. After 60, your lens loses its primary glutathione defense at roughly 8% every single year. 8%. Gone. And in your 50s, a physical barrier begins forming around the core of your lens, the nucleus, and that barrier starts cutting off glutathione supply to the very center, the exact spot where the most damaging cataracts form. Your lens core begins running out of its primary protection while you still feel completely fine, while you have no symptoms whatsoever. Without that glutathione shield, your lens proteins start to break down. They unfold. They clump together. They scatter incoming light instead of focusing it. And invisible chain reactions of cellular destruction, something researchers call lipid peroxidation, begin spreading through your lens tissue right now. You cannot feel them. You cannot see them, but they are multiplying every single day. Your eye. Doctor looks at your scan and says, "This is just aging." And they're right about the process. What they don't often tell you is that this process, The glutathione loss, the protein clumping, the oxidative damage spreading through your lens is directly influenced by what you eat. Researchers have calculated that delaying cataract onset by just 10 years could cut its global incidence in half. Half. And almost nobody is connecting those dots for you. Specific antioxidants, specific fatty acids, specific compounds inside these 6 seeds can directly support the biology that makes that delay possible. That is what today is about. So let's get into the seeds. Starting at the bottom and working our way up to the one that topped every single category. Seed number 6, sesame seeds. Before you skip past this one, there's something about sesame seeds that almost nobody tells you, and it's costing you a real portion of what these seeds actually contain. Sesame seeds have zinc in them. Your retina depends on zinc to activate the enzymes that protect your photoreceptors and to pull vitamin A from your liver into your eye tissue. They have copper. They have vitamin E, real nutrients, real eye-supporting compounds. On paper, they look like a solid choice. But here's the problem. Sesame seeds are loaded with something called phytic acid. And phytic acid does one specific thing inside your gut. It grabs minerals. Zinc, copper, everything good that you just swallowed. It binds them before your gut wall can absorb them, and the whole package passes straight through you. You chew them, you swallow them, you feel like you're doing something good for your eyes, and a meaningful portion of those minerals never even enters your bloodstream. The fix takes 3 minutes and costs absolutely nothing. Dry roast them. Pan on medium heat. 3 minutes, just until you start to smell that warm, nutty aroma rising up. That heat breaks down the phytic acid. It unlocks the minerals inside. Now your body can actually absorb what you paid for. A small handful of toasted sesame seeds on a salad, on eggs, stirred into yogurt, about $2 a month. But I have to be honest with you. Sesame seeds are a floor, not a ceiling. They can help keep you from losing ground faster. They are not turning anything around on their own. Every seed higher on this list is operating in a completely different category. Score, 3 out of 10. Seed number 5, pumpkin seeds. And this is the one that might frustrate people who've been eating them for years, thinking they were doing everything right. Pumpkin seeds have 2 compounds inside them that go directly to one very specific part of your eye. Not the whole eye, one specific part. The macula, the very center of your visual field. The part that handles reading, recognizing faces, driving, anything you look at directly. The part that tends to go first. Those compounds are lutein and zeaxanthin. Decades of large-scale research have linked higher intake of these 2 carotenoids to significantly lower risk of macular degeneration progressing. Your macula is actually yellow because of these compounds. Your eye concentrates them there on purpose. It is literally designed to collect them. Pumpkin seeds are also among the highest zinc sources per ounce of any seed you can buy. So here is what's going to frustrate you. If you've been eating pumpkin seeds out of a bag, roasted, raw, salted, any version, you've been getting maybe half of what's actually in them. Because pumpkin seeds carry even more phytic acid than sesame seeds. Until you break it down, the lutein, the zeaxanthin, the zinc, it's locked up and passing right through. The preparation is almost insultingly simple. The night before, fill a bowl with water, add your pumpkin seeds, squeeze half a lemon in, stir, and leave it for 8 hours. The citric acid from that lemon chemically breaks down the phytic acid coating. In the morning, drain them, rinse them, eat them as they are, or dry them in a low oven. The vitamin C from the lemon also boosts zinc absorption by an additional 20 to 30% on top of that. Even prepared correctly, pumpkin seeds work slowly. They are better for macular maintenance over time than for active. Lens repair. Be honest with yourself about what you need. Score, 4.5 out of 10. Seed number 4, hemp seeds. And this is the one that genuinely surprises people. While everyone debates flax versus chia, hemp seeds sit right there on the shelf delivering something that no other seed on this list can match on its own. Here's what's actually happening in the back of your eye that makes this matter so much. Your retina is neural tissue, the same type of cells as your brain, with the same vulnerabilities. And those cells are extremely sensitive to chronic, low-level inflammation. When inflammation reaches your retinal layers, cell membranes weaken, Signal transmission slows, and your vision starts degrading in ways that no eye chart catches until the damage is already real. The single most important nutritional factor controlling that inflammation is the ratio between two types of fat, omega-6 and omega-3. Modern diets run that ratio somewhere between 15 and 20 to 1, overwhelmingly omega-6. Researchers believe the human body functions best somewhere close to 3 or 4 to 1. That gap creates a low-level inflammatory environment throughout your entire body, including in your eyes, every single day. Hemp seeds have a naturally occurring omega-6 to omega-3 ratio of approximately 3 to 1. No other common seed you can buy at a standard grocery store comes even close to that balance. A large meta-analysis reviewing 19 randomized controlled trials confirmed that correcting this fatty acid imbalance produces measurable reductions in the inflammatory markers that drive dry eye disease, the chronic burning, the dryness, the gritty irritation that gets worse as the day goes on. And here is the best part. Unlike the seeds coming later in this list, hemp seeds require zero preparation. No soaking, no grinding, no planning ahead. 2 tablespoons on yogurt, blended. Into a smoothie, sprinkled over anything. Mild, slightly nutty flavor that almost nobody dislikes. One caution, if you're on blood thinners like warfarin, speak with your doctor before adding these. But for most people over 60, this is one of the easiest, most powerful additions you can make starting today. Score, 7.5 out of 10. Seed number 3. And I warned you about this one right at the beginning, so pay close attention. Ground chia seeds. And specifically, the way almost everyone eating them right now is getting almost nothing from them. Let's start with the biology, because this is important. Your retina is not just supported by DHA, it is built from it. DHA makes up a major structural portion of the actual tissue your vision depends on. When DHA is chronically undersupplied, that tissue starts to break down. Cell membranes weaken. The structural integrity of your retinal layers erodes quietly over years, long before you notice anything on it. Eye chart. Chia seeds are one of the richest plant sources of ALA, the plant-based omega-3 that your body converts into DHA. A large meta-analysis of 19 randomized trials confirmed that omega-3 intake measurably improves tear film breakup time, the scientific measurement of how quickly your eye's surface dries out between blinks. When that number is low, every blink feels incomplete. That's the burning. That's the grittiness. That's the something in my eye feeling that follows you through the whole day. Now here is what has been wasted for millions of people who think they're taking care of their eyes with chia seeds. If you eat them whole, sprinkled into smoothies, stirred into oatmeal, swallowed as a gel, the outer shell of the seed resists your digestive enzymes. Those seeds pass through largely intact. You're eating the package, not the contents. You have to grind them. A coffee grinder, 10 seconds. That is the entire barrier between decoration and medicine. But there is one more thing, and this part is critical. Once a chia seed is cracked open and exposed to air, those omega-3 fatty acids begin oxidizing immediately. A pre-ground bag sitting in your pantry may have lost most of its potency before you even opened it. You're paying for the appearance of nutrition without the biological reality of it. Grind them yourself that morning right before you eat them. And pair them with fat in the same meal. DHA is fat-soluble, and without a fat source, absorption drops significantly. A tablespoon of coconut oil in a smoothie, a drizzle of olive oil, half an avocado, any quality fat, same meal, same time. Within 1 to 2 weeks, most people notice the morning dryness is less severe. The day doesn't grind against your eyes the way it used to by afternoon. Structural. Retinal support takes 60 to 90 days, but the surface relief can come fast, sometimes within the first week. Score, 8 out of 10. Seed number 2. And this one surprised me most when I went through the research. Freshly ground flaxseed paired with avocado. Flaxseed contains more alpha-linolenic acid per gram than any other plant source on Earth. More than chia, more than hemp, more than anything else on this list. 1 tablespoon of freshly ground flax delivers roughly 2,300 milligrams of plant omega-3. Chia gives you about 1,700 for the same amount. Every single day, that difference compounds in your favor. And pull them through your system unabsorbed. You dismantled a protocol you just built before it even gets started. Have your coffee. Just have it after. Mistake number 2, eating your seeds in the evening instead of the morning. Fat-soluble compound absorption, vitamin E, the omega-3s, all of it is measurably stronger during the morning window. Morning every time, without exception. Mistake number 3, stopping after 2 weeks because you haven't seen dramatic results. This is the one that costs people the most. Dry eye symptoms respond within days to weeks. The burning, the grittiness, the morning irritation. But structural lens protection is a 60 to 90-day process. The research on vitamin E and cataract risk was measured over 18 months. Stopping at 2 weeks is like planting a tree, coming back 3 days later, and deciding trees don't grow. Biology has a schedule. You have to respect it. Now do not stop any prescribed eye medications or treatments without speaking with your physician first. This protocol works alongside your medical care, not instead of it. Think of it as giving your body the raw materials it needs so that everything else you're doing can work better. So here's my challenge to you. Before you close this video, write down your 3 biggest vision complaints right now. The morning blur, the nighttime halos, the dry, gritty feeling before noon, the struggle with small print. Write them down and rate each one from 0 to 10. Put that paper somewhere safe. Tomorrow morning, start with the sunflower seeds, the avocado, and the lemon. Just that. 1 ounce, a quarter avocado, half a lemon. Every morning. Come back in 30 days with that same list in your hand. Compare the numbers. And if you're starting today, drop day 1 in the comments right now. Come back in 30 days and tell me what changed. Those comments become the real evidence. Not a study, not a paper, real people, real eyes, real results. This is Dr. Sarah Ellison, and I will see you in the next video. The Women's Health Study, one of the largest long-term nutrition studies ever conducted, following close to 40,000 women, found that higher dietary omega-3 intake was significantly associated with reduced risk of dry eye syndrome. Flaxseed is the most concentrated way to get that intake from food alone. Now, the avocado. This is not optional, and I want you to understand exactly why. Omega-3 fatty acids are fat-soluble. The monounsaturated oleic acid in avocado has been specifically identified in nutritional bioavailability research as one of the most effective fat sources for enhancing fat-soluble compound absorption. That avocado is not a side dish, it is unlocking the flaxseed. 2 rules, both non-negotiable. Rule 1, grind it fresh that morning, not the night before. Not from a pre-ground bag from the store. Whole flax seeds in a coffee grinder, 10 seconds, right before you eat. Rule 2, eat it within 15 minutes. The oxidation clock starts the moment that seed is cracked open. 2 tablespoons of freshly ground flax on half a ripe avocado every morning. That is the protocol. The only reason this is number 2 and not number 1 is that the top seed does something flaxseed cannot. It delivers an antioxidant that your body actively regenerates inside your lens tissue for hours after a single serving. Score, 9 out of 10. And now, seed number 1. The one that topped every single category. Raw, unsalted sunflower seeds paired with a quarter of a ripe avocado and fresh lemon juice squeezed directly over them. All 3 together, every single morning. Sunflower seeds carry more vitamin E per ounce than almost any food you can walk into a grocery store and buy right now. 1 ounce, a small handful, gives you close to half your full daily recommended intake of alpha-tocopherol, the specific form of vitamin E your body absorbs and puts to use first. And vitamin E is not general nutrition for your eyes. It is targeted. It sits inside the membranes of your lens fiber cells, the very cells housing those proteins made before you were born, the ones that can never be replaced. Vitamin E sits there and intercepts the oxidative damage before it ever reaches those proteins. A meta-analysis published in Public Health Nutrition, pooling data from multiple cohort studies and clinical trials, found that dietary vitamin E intake was significantly associated with reduced risk of age-related cataracts. The protection was strongest in the lens nucleus, the core, where damage accumulates the longest. Now, the avocado. Vitamin E is fat-soluble. Without dietary fat present, a substantial portion passes through before your body can even use it. The monounsaturated oleic acid in avocado is the optimal delivery partner. Without it, you lose most of the benefit before it ever reaches your eye tissue. But the lemon. This is the mechanism that puts this combination above everything else on this entire list. And I want you to really understand why. When a vitamin E molecule neutralizes a free radical inside your lens, which is its entire purpose, it gets oxidized in the process. Used up. Done. Normally, at that point, it's finished. But vitamin C changes everything. Research on the interaction between vitamin C and vitamin E has confirmed that vitamin C takes that spent, oxidized vitamin E molecule and reduces it back to its active form. It regenerates it. Your one morning serving of vitamin E keeps working actively and continuously for hours instead of being consumed in minutes. You are not just delivering an antioxidant. You are building a self-renewing antioxidant recycling system inside your lens tissue. One dose, one meal, regenerating itself. That is why this combination sits above everything else on this list. And it costs less than 85 cents a serving. Here is your exact protocol. Write this down. 1 ounce of raw, unsalted, shelled sunflower seeds. 1/4 of a ripe avocado. The juice of half a fresh lemon squeezed directly over everything. Eat all 3 together, same meal, same time, every single morning. Check the label on your sunflower seeds. There should be 1 ingredient. Just sunflower seeds. If there is anything else on that label, put the bag back. Here is what consistent daily use actually looks like on a realistic, honest timeline. In the first 3 days, the heavy, gritty, tired feeling your eyes carry by evening starts to ease, that feeling you've begun accepting as just what eyes feel like after a long day. It lifts. By the end of the first week, morning blurriness softens. The fog when you first open your eyes clears a little faster. By 2 to 3 weeks, reading labels, phone screens, menus in dim restaurants, less. Squinting, sharper at close range. By 90 days, the halos around headlights at night start calming. Contrast improves. Colors look slightly more vivid than they have in years. And some people return from their eye appointment to find their optometrist quietly noting that the numbers didn't move the way they expected. 90 days is the structural window. Dry eye relief comes faster, sometimes within the first week. But the deeper lens work takes time. Score, 10 out of 10. Now, let's bring it all together, because having 6 individual seeds is one thing, knowing how to use them as a complete daily system is another. Here is your full protocol, organized exactly the way I'd give it to a patient. Every single morning, non-negotiable, your foundation, 1 ounce of raw unsalted sunflower seeds, 1/4 avocado, and the juice of half a fresh lemon. All 3 together. This is your anchor. Everything else builds on top of it. Same morning, add your omega 3-layer. Either 2 tablespoons of hemp seeds on yogurt or in a smoothie requiring 0 prep, or 2 tablespoons of freshly ground chia paired with a fat source. Pick one and stay consistent. Switching back and forth is fine, but consistency day to day is what produces results. 3 to 4 mornings each week, add your deep layer. 2 tablespoons of freshly ground whole flaxseed spread over the other half of that avocado. Ground fresh that morning, eaten within 15 minutes. And once a week, your macular maintenance. Soaked pumpkin seeds prepared the night before in water and lemon, drained in the morning, a small handful on yogurt or a salad. That is the complete system. But before you start, there are 3 mistakes that quietly undo everything this protocol is designed to do. And I see these happen with patients all the time. Mistake number 1, coffee or tea within 90 minutes of your seeds. Tannins, the compounds responsible for that slight bitterness in both drinks physically bind to zinc and other minerals and pull them through your system unabsorbed. You dismantled a protocol you just built before it even gets started. Have your coffee. Just have it after. Mistake number 2, eating your seeds in the evening instead of the morning. Fat-soluble compound absorption, vitamin E, the omega-3s, all of it is measurably stronger during the morning window. morning every time, without exception. Mistake number 3, stopping after 2 weeks because you haven't seen dramatic results. This is the one that costs people the most. Dry eye symptoms respond within days to weeks. The burning, the grittiness, the morning irritation. But structural lens protection is a 60 to 90-day process. The research on vitamin E and cataract risk was measured over 18 months. Stopping at 2 weeks is like planting a tree, coming back 3 days later, and deciding trees don't grow. Biology has a schedule. You have to respect it. Now, do not stop any prescribed eye medications or treatments without speaking with your physician first. This protocol works alongside your medical care, not instead of it. Think of it as giving your body the raw materials it needs so that everything else you're doing can work better. So here's my challenge to you. Before you close this video, write down your 3 biggest vision complaints right now. The morning blur, the nighttime halos, the dry, gritty feeling before noon, the struggle with small print. Write them down and rate each one from 0 to 10. Put that paper somewhere safe. Tomorrow morning, start with the sunflower seeds, the avocado, and the lemon. Just that. 1 ounce, a quarter avocado, half a lemon. Every morning. Come back in 30 days with that same list in your hand. Compare the numbers. And if you're starting today, drop day 1 in the comments right now. Come back in 30 days and tell me what changed. Those comments become the real evidence. Not a study, not a paper, real people, real eyes, real results. This is Dr. Sarah Ellison, and I will see you in the next video.